and welcome to Celestales with me, your host, Tony. And I guess we could celebrate. We're back after a long hiatus of me figuring stuff out and other things. But we're back and we're streaming on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Celestales. Please go there because I need all the help I can get, apparently. Yes. And with me today, I have my very special guests. They're all special guests, yes, but this one you could put in the top tier. I may say on a beauty scale of 1 to 10, there is no 0. She fits on a general basis an 8, and on a personal basis a 9. Let's give it up for Soto Niwa.
Yeah. And wow, 9, 8, dang.
Dang. You know, I was probably being biased, like, maybe it's a 7.5. Yeah. Maybe it's just a 7. I think she's a 7, guys. If you've seen her and you've met her, she's pretty high up there, right? I mean, maybe not. Yeah.
You're too kind. You're far too kind. But hey, if we're gonna be throwing compliments and stuff like that, if I had to put you somewhere from a 0 to 10, yeah, you're definitely an 8.
Nice. She even threw in the 0, so I was, there was god awful. There was a god awful when she said 0, and the fact that she gave me an 8 out of 0, that's pretty good.
We've all met those people that can be a 0 for sure. Just there's no saving it. Even they're okay. So honestly, if we're gonna go based off of okay, so it's kind of hard for me because I don't really go so much on appearances. Not that I'm saying that looks don't matter or anything, because it's the thing that catches you. That's the first step right there, right? It's more you can be the sexiest person on planet Earth, but if your personality is garbage, you can just get away from me. Your pretty face is not going to save you, at least in my world anyway. So
yeah, definitely.
Because a pretty face is definitely not worth a toxic relationship. Nope. I think a lot of us can say, been there, done that, never again.
Never.
So, as far as the streaming goes, for Twitch and stuff like that, yeah, please, guys, definitely check him out.
Yeah. We need all the help we can get. I'll explain the process too, because when you really think about it, it doesn't seem hard, but gosh, is it hard. So oh, I'm so sorry. We keep doing this. Yeah. Well, let me explain what you need first before you start jumping the gun into being babe. All right. So first thing you might need is 50 followers. Second
at best, yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, minimum 50 followers. You need to stream 8 hours throughout 7 unique days and have an average of 3 viewers, all within a 30-day period.
And usually, if you're looking on the outside, people are like, I can do that in a heartbeat. And they actually get into it and they're like, what is this?
Exactly. Yeah, I can stream for an hour. I've done it for 2 days. Actually, the second date I did for 2 hours. But it's having viewers and having followers. That's the real kicker. Because you got to be interesting. You got to have a niche. Or if not, just keep doing it, and hopefully it'll just happen.
Yeah. Which, in your case, like I said before, you are very charismatic. So all we gotta do is put you out there and get all your socials out, and at this point, it's just a matter of word of mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and not many people are helping. I mean, you're helping, so I can always believe in you. My beautiful Soto Niwa. I'll kill for you.
Okay.
This is where you go. This is where you go like, ah, I'm not worth killing. And then this is where I go like, you're right. I exterminate the
I
human
mean,
race.
honestly, with how it's going nowadays, is it sad that I'm kind of just gonna turn a blind eye and just be like, okay.
Yeah, at a certain point, you're just like, yeah, shit happens. In the words
Yeah,
of my,
basically.
in the words of my comrade Moon, who's not here right now, fuck around and see what happens. It's like you never know what actually might happen. You want to talk to that girl over there, but you're scared. Fuck around and see what happens. There's nothing that can, conceivably happen than the extinction of the world. Unless the extinction of the world happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll definitely you might miss your shot or stuff like that, and your reputation, if you have one, will probably go down the tube. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, some people might just be like, "Damn, you got some balls." We respect that. It's true. But you miss.
Yeah, that's definitely.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Testify.
Testify. I mean, you can't say anything. They literally walk to you. You're fine. She's silent because she knows I'm right.
That, and also, I just keep spilling the tea. Not like, that kind of tea. It's more like I'm legitimately spilling my iced tea everywhere. Because this cup is just being very stupid. Like, it's a water bottle that I have, although instead of water, it's tea. And every time I tilt it, it just likes to spill everything all over me. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing? No one knows.
So, screw it. I'm just taking the cap off and I'm just gonna... Yeah, because I'm done spilling.
Alright. Well, how's it been? It's been quite a while, huh? Since I've had you on.
It has been. Yep. It's been quite some time. However, I am looking forward to seeing you. You're going to be like the ultimate birthday gift, honestly.
Ultimate. Honestly. Anything, you know who could be better? A certain someone. But I'm not him. So, it works out.
Okay, I mean, yeah, but he's going to kind of be my Christmas present. So, I mean, there we go.
Patrick's coming to meet you?
Oh my goodness. At some point, we're just going to have to,
we'll just make an entire trip to see those people. They're the hardest people to see.
Well, I think that's the one part that sucks about online relationships, whether it be dating or friend or whatever. It's not easy to maintain, especially when you have a busy schedule. Unfortunately, that's all I've known for quite some time of my life, so it's just like I adjust. I
see you when I see you.
Yeah, but getting into the discipline of setting some money aside for visiting and stuff like that, definitely. But then there's also thanks to COVID and then the Delta variant and just, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, it's fun and all the jazz and whatnot.
Right. Mm-hmm. Here we were thinking once the mask bans were lifted, I know that some states are just they still have the bans or the masks. The masks are basically mandatory, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't know either.
It's just gonna make travel. Well, unfortunately, COVID's just made travel all very almost impossible. Really,
not impossible, but even more harder to travel certain areas.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're gonna go out of the country, I'll forget it. Some places will not allow tourists. Others are just hey, as long as you got the shot, you good.
Yeah.
But I don't really know how that applies to America, because let's see, as far as from state to state, Each one is different. I don't know. It's at this point. I don't know if it's possible for me to travel. Like I kind of just want to get a ticket for the heck of it and just be like, hey, one way to spin the wheel, see what I land on, and just go there and see what happens.
Right. Well, it's very easy to travel between states unless you're from a high population that comes from like out of state, like New York and California. But
Is Texas one of them, or
no, no.
Oh, wait, no, because yeah, California can be a bit anal, and New York's hopping on the bandwagon as well. Not to say there's anything bad about those states. It's just I feel for the people that live there.
They're a high population. That's where most of our in the U.S. That's where most of our commerce and international affairs are happening. Mostly near New York or in California, because the fact that they're the closest places and they're also the closest to like other things. Which is why if you go to school there in New York or somewhere else like California, and you go to a different state, you might actually jump a couple of grades because of how much education is being put over there.
I see. Okay.
But yeah, so it's kind of easy to travel through the states. They tell you
that's good.
They tell you you're supposed to wait a couple after traveling through the states because you never know. But
legit.
Yeah, they can't really stop you now. Like back in the beginning, yeah, they were like, you staying in 2 weeks, right? Yeah. And then you had some.
Yeah, over time, people just they kind of just got lenient with that. Mm-hmm. I think honestly, at this point, after 2020, everyone's just like, screw it, do whatever you want.
Oh yeah, my coworker asked me, "Hey, why are they pushing for these vaccines?" And I told him, it might be because of the placebo effect. He was like, the placebo effect? And I was like, well, it's not guaranteed it's the placebo effect, but the placebo effect is the effect where you think with like all your being that something is going on. So if I gave you a shot that cured the common cold, and you believe with all your being, you might have an actual good shot of just not catching the cold. But I could have gave you a shot for tetanus for all you know.
Basically, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it does work. I mean, there's been quite a few studies on that. So, I mean, yeah.
Definitely. But then I also told him that it's also a money situation. Because let's face it, when COVID hit, money and business kind of slowed down. And then we're getting money from the government, which has to go back somehow. So their best bet is to make everyone go back to normal. So even if I'm not saying the vaccines aren't working, but they're mostly having COVID better, I guess. I mean, you can still contract it and you can still pass it around, but you won't get as harshly smacked with it as if you didn't have it.
I mean, that's supposedly what happens, but honestly, I just got a news report where like there were so far, and this was like I think a month ago, roughly. It was actually towards the end of July when I got it. Now that I'm really thinking about it, at that time there were already 80 deaths of from COVID, but these were people who had already been vaccinated.
Right.
So I mean, honestly, it's just like whether you have the vaccine or not, if COVID hits you, it just depends on your body.
Right, because you could be a healthy boy, you could still die depending on like excruciating circumstances, or you could just be an unhealthy fudge and pale over and die. It's a thing, It's just basically normal. Yeah, the more healthy you are in normal life, the better off you'll be if you do get sick. That's what people are saying, and facts has been proven true.
I think thankfully, like the reason why I'm not worried is thankfully as a kid I did many stupid stuff. So like I got sick quite a bit.
Nice.
And And so at this point, I think my body's just like, COVID, whatever, lady.
Whatever. I cannot relate. I run at a higher temperature because, chub.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, if anything, on a scientific scale, that might be why. Because not all viruses survive high temperatures, which is proven when you have a fever. That's basically why you have a fever. Your body's trying to kill off the virus. But I could also just, have a strong immune system, and it just says, you know what? Sickness, it has to be stronger than that. Can't be just any old regular sickness. It has to really punch me in the gut and say you're dying.
Sorry. I was laughing because it was just like I got this movie reference just came into my head where it's like no, it was actually a freaking meme that I saw online where it was like the so the top part of the picture is like the Flintstones vitamins I took 10 years ago, and then COVID enters my body, and then like the Flintstone vitamins their eyes were like glowing red.
Oh.
Yeah, the Flintstone vitamins were just like, hey, you can try COVID, you can try, but we got you.
We got this. We're a multi-mineral rich vitamin. You know what? Speaking of birthdays, like your birthday coming up, I'll share. All right, so I decided for my birthday, I'll order stuff online. I was like, you know what? I usually don't order stuff online. If I do, it's a rare instance where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna actually need that. Like my home console capture card. Like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Let's do me. Let's buy shit for me. So here I go. I get like Don Rosa's Complete Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck. I buy a book that's from a set of YouTubers. It's a nice book.
Oh. And
I'm like, all right, what else can I get? I got a shirt that was going on at the time. I love that shirt. It's really nice. I got some compliments for it. And I buy like a set of JoJo tarot cards that come with like the Egyptian. So it's the artwork, right?
Oh my.
And I'm like collector's item. Well, not a collector's item, but like something that just like, yes, that's nice. That's nice to look at. It's really good. You want to know what went horribly wrong in that order?
What?
Actually, take a guess. Which item was horribly wrong? Went horribly wrong.
Let me see. So we have the JoJo cards, and then we have the what was that thing that you ordered? It was a
shirt.
A shirt. Okay, and then the other item?
A book.
A book, and then was there something else? I feel like there was something else you ordered.
Like a complete collection of old comic books from Scrooge McDuck.
Okay, so between like a comic series, the cards, the shirt, and just because I have the brain of an amoeba, what was the other one?
How about we say 2 books, a shirt, and cards? Would that make it better?
2 books, a shirt, and cards. It has to be the shirt, only because I do cosplay, and it is a bitch trying to find the right outfit, let alone the right wig or anything.
All right, so a little tip off, not a tip off, but a little funny story. I actually did sit there because it gave you sizes. It was like, oh yeah, our 3XL is this range to this range. And I was like, what the fudge?
Right.
Like, that doesn't make sense. What shirt has width? That doesn't make sense. I was told it was a neck width. I was like, oh, I might as well just get a big shirt just in case, right? And it fit perfectly when I got it. So you were wrong. It was not the shirt. But I had a good laugh about that. But
Okay. Wait, was it the JoJo card?
It was.
What? Okay, wait. How bad was the artwork?
Oh, honey, I didn't even get the cards. I got some.
What? What?
Right. Let me tell you, I got
Wait,
so
did you order from Amazon or was it
I
eBay?
did. It
Like,
was
what did you use?
Amazon. It was Amazon.
Amazon. What the fudge?
I know we're going deep into this, my lady. All right,
Go for it.
So I get soap and I'm looking at it. Well, I didn't look at it too deeply yet, but I was like, I see it in the box. I'm like, okay, maybe I read the size measurements wrong, or they just put the wrong measurements, and it's like a smaller size than palm size. And I was like, I open it up. Well, I open up the little packaging, and it says Taurus, and I was like, maybe that's just how the cards come in, you know? I really can't control that. So I open it up, and there's a bar, like a little bar of soap, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, maybe the cards are under it. You know, I gotta keep my hopes up. I flip the bar out, and I'm like, son of a bitch. I had nothing. In fact, after this stream, I'm gonna upload the photos to. Actually, I should upload the photos now to Twitter. But god dang, it's hilarious. I'm like, the fuck is going on? So not only because first of all, it's a bar of soap from some type of Zodiac website, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So not only did they give
false advertisement at its finest.
Yeah, not only did they give me the wrong divinity, because Zodiacs are not an Egyptian thing, they're an entirely different divinity. Divinitism?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get it. Someone's gonna correct me.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't get any cards. I got a bar of soap, and I'm like, what the hell? We're returning this. Something went horribly wrong.
No kidding. Oh my goodness. You were able to like return it, right? And you were refunded? Okay, perfect. So like when you went through that process, like did you leave any comments or just
So they were like, "Oh, what you returning for? Wrong item. Oh, what item did you get? Soap." That was it. I didn't put anything else. I should have put a smiley face, but I was like, let me be professional about this because I am dissatisfied. Not soap. Would you like, maybe to No, I just want the refund. God, jeez. God, well,
especially like since wait, how much did you pay for that item?
It was like $25.
What?
And I was like, this bar of soap does not cost $25. Even though it has a carving of a bull and it says Taurus on it, on the bar of soap for the Zodiac. I was like, nah. We done here.
No, because to be fair, you can get a bar, you can get a Dove bar. Heck, you can get a packet of soap, from Dove. And I believe, you can actually find it at any of the big name stores and stuff like that. It's actually less than $25, and then you could just carve it by yourself on there.
Oh yeah, I've done soap carving before for an art project. It was definitely yeah. It's actually a little bit harder than it looks, but that's because I was trying to turn the soap into an actual shape instead of just carving the top of it. So it was like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. But that's not the end of my order tales.
Oh no!
Oh, I didn't order from Amazon.
No.
So my friends play, card games. I'm like, I don't personally care too much. It's just a card game. I'm not going to spend money for a card game. I'd rather just be a scavenger.
Is it Magic?
Yeah, it's Magic. I mean, I didn't have a Yu-Gi-Oh deck that they didn't want anymore. I was like, yeah, I'm just keep this Yu-Gi-Oh deck in case y'all play Yu-Gi-Oh again. I got this. But I ordered some Magic cards, and I was like, you know what? Let me be fancy, and let me get some nice art cards. They have those. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, this art card, 55 cents. Can't go wrong. It's a 55 cents art card. It's there's two prints, the fancy art card and the normal art card. I'm like, can't go wrong. Right. Nothing. So the order comes in actually early too. I was like, it'll take 2 weeks. All right, cool. Comes in early. I'm like, ooh, nice. I look through it. I'm like, this card doesn't look right. I go into the order and it says, yeah, I ordered the fancy art card. Why do I get this normal looking card? What is going on?
Oh, wait, was this eBay?
Now it was like an actual card website. They're like, yeah, we sell cards.
Oh, that's even worse.
Oh no, it was like you order from like if you order from brands that we sponsor, you are guaranteed protection. And I'm like, oh, nice. Why does my 55-cent card still come out wrong? That doesn't make sense. It's a 55-cent card. 55 cents. You sold it to me for 55 cents and you still got it wrong. All right, next. My friend said...
I don't know.
Yeah, that's all right. My friend said, oh, yeah, I'll give you the nice art card. And I was like, then why the fuck did I order this?
Just wasted time.
Waste of time and waste of 55 cents for sure.
Even if it was, just 55 cents still, like... If you get a product that you're just not happy with, it doesn't matter if it's even like a penny. It's just like,
bro,
no.
I spent time for this. I don't.
Yeah, and I think that's probably what you were more upset about is because, in the end, when your friend was just like, "Oh, that's the one you want. Here you go," you're just like,
yeah, like I don't order online often. Only when I really need to. So the few times where I'm like, let me splurge. Let me be nice about it. I fucking get it all wrong. I'm like, motherfuckers.
You're like, this is why I don't use you.
Yeah, I'd rather just go see the product myself. Thank you.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Like, I think because I did have a little mishap with Amazon, probably, oh gosh, this was probably sometime last year, and I was not happy. So, usually I can be pleasant, but here's the thing. This was for cosplay. I spent money on a wig. And here's the thing that happens, because you know how Amazon will take pictures, right? And they'll send it to you and be like, hey, your product was just delivered. So I look at this picture and I'm like, this isn't my door. Like, this isn't the entry. This is not the entry to my, residence. So here I am, just kind of bewildered, because I'm just like, okay, wait, maybe I can fix this, because usually what happens is sometimes they'll mail our stuff to another person's house, and then this person, whenever she orders something, will get it. This has happened before. So I'm just like, let me just go ahead and bite my tongue for this, and I'll just go to her house and see if, my package was sitting by the doorstep.
Yeah, I get you.
It was not. And so I figured, like, okay, maybe she might have just picked it up and she's holding on to it. So I knock on the door. She comes over here, and then I'm like, hey, sorry, I'm actually missing a package, and maybe I was just wondering if these, drivers delivered it to you. And she's like, oh, no, I'm sorry, I actually haven't gotten anything. And I'm just like, wait, okay, never mind. And so here I am. I'm actually cussing out some people from Amazon, so I'm just like, where's my fucking wig? Because I believe I don't remember if there was an event or something, but I just remember it being super important that I had to have the wig, like, right there and then. Or maybe I was just being upset because I just didn't have the wig, and I was just like, because it's like, oh no, I was. Originally, I was going to cosplay as, like, so, just so you know, it was actually, so I was first getting the wig for the cosplay of Mitsuki. She's the girl that shows a lot of cleavage in Demon Slayer. Yeah. Now you know who I'm talking about. She's the girl with the pink green hair from Demon Slayer. One of the.
Oh yeah, that girl.
Thank you. Yeah.
As soon as you said pink green, I got it. I was like, I have no idea what she's talking about.
Pink green shows a lot of cleavage. You're like,
no. No, I didn't. When you said cleavage, I didn't get it. But pink green hair, got it.
Wow.
I'm like, they all show cleavage, right?
No, they don't. Go back and look at all the Demon Slayers, and you'll see that the majority of them are guys. Yes. And then the ones that are girls.
Because of shonen. I feel like we need more females in shonen. But yeah, go on with your wig.
Yeah. And so, like, I was going to originally cosplay as her, and then, like, when I didn't get the wig, I was just like, I was freaking out, because I was like, I need this cosplay, like, today, right now. The fuck, Amazon? And so, like, my stupid ass is like going around walking through the neighborhoods, and I'm looking at people's doorways, so I can only imagine, like, from the outside looking in, I look sus as hell. Because I'm just like, I want my package. I am done with this. I was just fuming. And then through the process of this, yeah.
Honey, that weird girl is outside again. I see her across the way checking out my house. It's like, oh.
What do you mean again? I don't usually go out. I don't. I was that mad and that determined to find my package.
I mean, they sit outside, so they watch you.
Oh, well, whatever the case is. Yeah. And like, wait, what happened?
No, I was just saying hi.
Hi. Yes. Konnichiwa.
There's not many people here. I think one of my friends hopped in to say hi.
Oh, okay. But yeah. Needless to say, I ended up cosplaying as, oh yeah, so instead of cosplaying as her, I just went with Tanjiro.
Nice. Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Main character.
Nah, it was, yeah. And what I like about this one was, I guess after that little incident, I've never had, like, a package not delivered to the house again. So,
ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a question. What's the podcast about? Well, the podcast, for all of those who don't know and who've kind of sit here long enough to listen, the podcast is about pretty much all the topics. We talk about whatever we feel like and what's been going on in today's society. We don't really dive too much into racism, politics, and stuff. We do a general gist of it, but we don't really like pointing out who was wrong and who was right. We just like pointing out kind of like facts. Until we're proven wrong again. In which case we'll go back and be like, hey, did you notice so-and-so went to so-and-so? You know, stuff like that.
Because civility.
Civility, yeah.
Pass it around. Please pass it around. I swear.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like going back to the topic when we were talking about I forgot oh gosh, I can't even remember how it led up to this. Oh yeah, you said something along the lines of, "I'd kill for you," and I'm just like, okay. And then I said something like, based on like what's going on in society nowadays, I'm just like, okay, sure. Because I think a while ago I watched a few Karen videos, and after a while, I like, yeah, I put my phone down, and then I'm just like, people act like this, and I'm not just talking like kids. Like there are these grown ass adults acting like a 5-year-old, and it's their reactions and what they're upset about is not justified in any way, especially when they're clearly in the wrong. Like I saw this. I was actually scrolling through one of my social medias, and this guy recorded this woman taking a package out from his mailbox. Do you know what her reason was for it?
I think that package was in your mailbox.
No, it was his package. Like, it had his address and everything on it. That was his. She's like, I noticed that there was like a lot of packages like coming to your house, and that's just very suspicious.
You can't do that. You call. First of all, there's a lot of things wrong with this. Second, it's like they tell you. Literally any they tell you on TV, the internet, any type of website, they're like, if you see something suspicious. If
you see something suspicious, no.
Yeah. You call the police. Yeah, call your local. There's a literal tip line. Thank you very much. They have those. If you see something, you could call the tip line because it's anonymous. Compared to calling the police, you could literally do that. But I guess this is what we're doing, you know, just diving into people's mailbox, which is illegal, and I could call the cops on you. because you wanna be like, I thought it was suspicious. You know what? I think you're suspicious. Let me call 911 or 119 or 411, I believe, in Europe, and for emergency services and say a suspicious lady is digging through my mailbox.
Oh, it actually gets even better as the video goes on.
Even
So
better.
the guy is like, that's my package, and he actually reaches for it, right? And the girl's fighting him, and then she just pulls something out of her bag and she sprays him. I don't know if it was like water or if it was like, I don't know what it was.
Some
And then
people
the guy
put
just,
urine. I wouldn't be surprised.
oh, that's just even more gross. But I saw it as clear liquid, so I'm hoping it wasn't urine
Yeah,
because it's far too clear for urine.
yeah, that's right.
But anyways, and then she let go of the package to like spray him, right? And he just gets so fed up with her that he actually just like throws the package at her. And keep in mind, it wasn't at full force. It was just like the pure frustration, like what the, like he just threw it at her to kind of like push her back. So this Karen like gets down on the floor and is like, you killed me, and I'm just like. At that point, I paused the video, I put my phone down, and I'm like, that's enough internet for today.
Right. The chat agrees with you. Common sense is not common.
It really isn't these days. And the sad part is like a lot of it is coming from adults, and I'm just like, you're so.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be like, not to say that all adults are perfect or that all kids are perfect, because they're not.
No one is.
Exactly. But at the same time, like for those who are like in their late 30s or 40s or 50s, these people, this age range people, but I can't even speak.
Age range. No one can speak today, apparently.
Apparently not. You with your excessive foot and
And
me
you
with
and
just
your everyman.
But typically these people are the ones that are supposed to like set the example, and clearly they're not doing it. And I'm just like, okay, I guess we gotta step up. We being like 20-year-olds or something like that. Not to say that teenagers can't do this, but it's just very rare when you come across an intelligent, young adult. Not to say that I'm not trying to diminish anybody. It's just that very rarely do I see people like that. You know what I mean? I think the most recent one was and I don't know how far back this goes, but this guy actually stood up to his teacher and he's like, you know what, you should be teaching us instead of just handing us a packet and telling us to do something. Like, we're the future. And he just went off on this teacher, but like he wasn't saying anything disrespectful or anything. He was just stating facts, and this teacher was just like, go away, get out of my classroom.
I would like to point out that even if the teacher would like to do that, I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to defend anybody. It sounds like it, but I'm just gonna spit some straight facts real quick. The teacher has a lesson plan that is passed down through the state.
Mm-hmm.
You can only go so far from the lesson plan before you're like, no, I have to do this lesson plan, because the state kind of demands part of this lesson plan. Which is why, like,
unfortunately,
right? Which is why you have a time frame for math and other things, which is not hard. It's just that parts of math aren't required unless you're going into like a higher tier of science. So, like, you have to keep pushing an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
So, I respect the kid for saying stuff like that, and I kind of be like, all right, teacher. Here's where you kind of you kind of break down, be a teacher, and be like, life. But he was like, I'm already done with this. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah, she was basically just like sitting at her desk doing nothing, and everyone was like busy, like, I guess doing the packet or whatever, or just engaging in self-study. But like, that's not really being a good teacher. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, teachers, I realize that, yeah. It's a job, it's a paycheck, but like, for me, I personally don't believe that there's any such thing as like a lesser job, because like, even when it comes to like fast food places, because these are people that have like food handler cards and certificates and stuff like that, so they should adhere to the guidelines that's set, especially considering we both worked in a restaurant. We know how this stuff goes, right? Cool. Perfect.
Right.
And honestly, their job is important too, because how many people go to Chick-fil-A again?
Oh my God, a lot.
Exactly. Or how many people get the craving and they're like, you know what? I want Taco Bell. Like,
Yeah,
if
that's
these
true.
places just like, um,
They're important because they keep
they're, yes,
they keep the gears a grinding.
yeah, essentially.
But we treat them
Um,
horribly wrong for being common men.
exactly. Like, I think I remember when we worked at, when we both worked at the same place at that time,
Yeah.
and I would hear the stories of like all the servers and just how horribly they were treated, or how they just didn't get tips
Oh yeah.
well. In fact, they got less than what they actually deserved. You know, like,
Yeah.
because there's like a guideline usually on receipts. Now not all restaurants do this, but the quite a bit of them do. But they'll have like oh, okay, if you want to tip 10%, then here's the amount. 15, here's the amount, and just they go on, which is cool. But like they get less than like the 10%. Sometimes even less than like, oh gosh, what was the worst tip that I heard working?
Usually, I'm just
Let me
gonna
see.
acknowledge the chat real quick. Who says the lesson covers the standardized test they have to take, by which is by the state, that students will have to take a standardized test sooner or later, and
Mm-hmm.
most of your work does cover said standardized tests. Yeah, I agree. I was also going to
Yeah.
point out in college, sometimes you're in college, they kind of already know that you're just there to take the course and get out of here. So sometimes they'll just be like, here's a worksheet, call it a day.
I know, it's just like, which I understand, you know, once you've reached that point, I guess that's okay, but still, I mean, like, it's kind of like learning isn't fun anymore, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Usually for teachers, I would assume, well, not assume, that's not the right word.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, their job is to, like, you know, help kids learn the material, even though most of what we learn is a complete waste of time, just saying.
Oh,
This is just my personal opinion. Like, I actually stand by, what is his name? Have you ever heard the song "Don't Stay in School" by that guy who's got the ridiculously long hair with the red streak?
you talking my boy? We're talking about my
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, I love
Boy
that
in a
dude. I love that
band.
dude.
I mean, his name is not Boy in a Band anymore, but like back in the
It's
day,
Dave.
that was
Yeah.
yeah. His name is Dave. Back in the day, his name was Boy in the Band. That was the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Teacher. Someone
Mm-hmm.
showed teachers that, and they were like, "He spoke the truth so hard," and I'm like, "Yeah, my man."
Right? Now, see, if teachers can even look at this and be like, "Yeah, we can't argue with any of this," I'm like, something's clearly wrong, but
Oh,
like,
but
no one wants to make an effort. More so, not no one like the people, but no one like, you know, the government, the state. You know,
well,
that's what I mean.
if you remember correctly, teachers weren't getting paid a lot for what they
Oh
did.
gosh.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I can see why people would be like,
Hmm.
well, you shouldn't really get paid a lot. You don't really teach our kids. I'm like, you really should be angry with the government, not the teachers, because really the teachers can
Yeah.
only go so far from what they're doing. Yeah. You know what? Let me support your cause. Let me remind you, Miss Soto Niwa, of you were looking for a story that had to do with tips, right? So let me
Yeah.
since I was the server, let me give you a good story. This spring break,
Sure.
my first spring break, and I'm like, everyone's talking like it's gonna be bad, and I was like, damn, it is actually packed in here. And I go to the table, I'm like, hey, how you doing? And we're all happy and smiling. And the lady puts an order down, and I read back everyone's order like I'm supposed to, because this is important. You will not
Yeah.
be able to like come back. So I'm like, all right, cool. I go put the order in. I'm making sure everything's okay. Order comes out, and she's like, where's the lettuce and tomato? I'm like, lettuce and tomato, ma'am? Yeah, it's missing lettuce and tomato. I'm like, oh, okay, well, easy fix. I'll go get some lettuce and tomato. You know, because if it's missing lettuce and tomato, it's just missing lettuce and tomato. I go, I go get lettuce and tomato. She's like, it's missing. It's missing. It's missing. You know, sauce and bacon. And I'm like, okay, ma'am, I'll go get you sauce and bacon.
Oh, I know exactly what this person's doing, and I can't stand that when they do that to servers. I'm like,
I go back.
You think you're gonna get this? Oh gosh.
I go back, and they're like, "This burger is still wrong. It's missing stuff." And I'm tired because I have to run back and forth, making sure like I have other tables. I have to go back, give her her. And I'm like, ma'am, I really don't know how I can help you no more. If she's like, let me speak to your manager. I let her speak to the manager. She's like, okay, Tonio. It turns out she ordered the wrong burger. I was like, what? She was like, so she ordered a vegetarian burger, so it's no meat. It's a plant-based burger, and she wanted a barbecue bacon burger. And I'm like, how do you get this wrong? I don't get a tip for it, but like, why are you angry at me? You ordered the wrong burger.
Right. I'm just like, and again, like this is, when you put emphasis on like this is why you're supposed to like read back everything to them to make sure it's correct. Like 100% what she was trying to do was basically get a free meal out of everything, which is what
she didn't eat the plant burger. She was there with her kids. So if anything, she fed the kids, and I don't remember if we got paid for the burger. Make it make sense. I don't know how I can make them make sense, or if they want to make sense to me. That's what the chat says. Make it make sense.
Yeah, dude, people, man.
Yeah, if you look out of breath and tired, or you say something with a certain intonation or inflection, it'll come out horribly wrong. It's just not, and you're just like, I came at you like a respectful person. I didn't say anything. Here's a really fudged up one. This is one for the books. Chat, you listening? Chat, you listening? You gotta hear this, because this one it could really have gotten me into some hot trouble. All right, so we get reviews, right? And it's usually connected to the server's name at the time, if they're part of the
Yeah, I remember. You guys kind of made like a game of Monopoly out of it, and
that's so you can get out of work and stuff. I finally got to the end of my work season, but let me tell the story. One of the reviews was like, I think he put the chips onto his chest, like it was. So you gotta hold the food over your arms, and I have short arms compared to legs, so sometimes the food would be really close to my body, and I'm like, okay, it makes sense. But what they also put down is that he was looking really strange at my daughter. He would not look away. I think we should really. I was like, you can't be saying that in a review. That's how you get people into trouble. Because I can't even remember who this person is, but they made it sound like I was a pedophile that would not stop looking at their children. And I was like, bro, you can't be saying that in a review. Because let's say they did call the police on me or some shit. I'm going to be like, I don't even know who this person is. How you gonna be making those like yeah, I think he's a pedophile. You can't be saying that without like just cause or some shit like that. You really can't.
No, oh gosh, no.
Thanks, chat. You got my back. Thank you.
That's horrible. I wonder if this was before I started working there or not. Oh my goodness.
I don't remember, but it was like it's really hard to tell. Because they can put in the reviews at any time. So they can have this review be like weeks later, and they'll be talking about a specific date. So you're just like, what the fuck are they talking about? I don't remember this person.
And I'd also like to point out that like it's depending on how busy it gets, what time do you have to look at anybody?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry that happened to you, dude.
That's fine. No one actually got into trouble, but I'm like, you can't really be saying things like that. It's really dangerous.
You really can't. Like, Meanwhile, there's an actual one out there, and he's getting off scot-free. Like,
Oh yeah.
this is what I'm never gonna understand about just people, society, or just anything like that.
Mm. Oh boy.
Oh, I somewhat got distracted. I guess someone's watching the Andy Griffith Show because I heard the classic whistle theme, and I'm just like, what?
Nice. The Andy Griffin Show, black and white, not in Technicolor.
No, which is good. I actually like Gomer Pyle. Like, if we're talking old school, yeah, I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
He's just so adorable. Like, oh my gosh.
Let's see. We talked about how long? We've been going for quite a bit here. We're almost done too. It's pretty nice.
Oh wow. See, with you, time just flies. It doesn't exist.
That's why we kind of like the podcast. It's like nice place to just talk and just get your stuff off your chest. Talk about weird stuff that goes on.
Yeah, which is a lot, especially if you live in my world.
Right? someone actually made a TV show. No, it's not. It's an ad. For like an agency, for an insurance agency. It's called Kin, and it was on my YouTube feed. But while I was watching a video, it came up, and they made a meme. They made an ad meme about the Florida Man. You know how?
Oh, I think I might know what you're talking about. It briefly came up in an ad over here when I was watching YouTube, but I think I had the opportunity to skip it because I'm just like, just give me my video.
You do have an opportunity to skip it. It's really weird because it really does make a personalization of like the Florida Man. He's like, I'm just living my life in paradise, and shit just goes horribly wrong. And because you hear a lot of weird stuff over here in Florida, it's really gotten weird. So in the ad, he's drinking a giant pina colada. He's like looking down at everybody. He's like, he just sticks his face in it, and a coconut falls on him, knocks him out. And then they're like, a news report shows up. It's like, local Florida man given CPR by lifeguard. I'm like, what the fuck? They're really out here. They're really out here making an ad about Florida man, and then it gets to Kin. I'm like, oh, it's an ad about insurance. I was like, they're making a show about this stuff. No, it's really just they're out here making ads about it because it's funny as hell. Like the Florida man that was complaining about a headache gets an X-ray and finds out his wife shot him in his sleep.
All right.
I love people. People will be surprised.
I don't know what to say to that.
People be surprised.
No kidding.
You could be like, yeah, I hate people, but people be surprising you when they do stupid shit like that.
For sure. And I'm not saying that all people are bad, because they're not. Thankfully, I've seen a lot of the goodness in people. Like, for example, I was actually living in a different state at the time, and I don't think I graduated high school, but we were going to the store, me and my family, right? And so me and the rest of the family are in the car. My dad gets out, and he's just like, I gotta go get one thing. I'll be right back, which he does. He goes in there for about like maybe 5-10 minutes, and he's out. And he gets in the car, right? And we're about to pull out of the like parking lot and stuff like that. But then here's like the boy at the checkout line. He comes and he's running towards my dad at the car, and he's like, "Sir, you left your wallet up there."
Oh, nice.
I'm like, "Yo, right?" I'm like, he could have like easily kept it, but no, he was just a good, honest kid, and I'm just like. It's little things like that'll happen like in my life where I'm just like, not all humans are bad. I can see Karen video after Karen video, or even like Ken's, and I'm just like, there's still a lot of good people out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got you in my life, don't I?
Oh yeah, I have you in my life too. That's what makes everything worth it. Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Like, I can go through hell, but I mean, like, if I've got you and like a lot of other people by my side, like really by my side, like they'll walk through hell and stuff like that with me, then yeah, it's nice.
Oh yeah, I'm glad to know the people I know in my life, it makes it kind of special. And it makes it
Oh yeah.
kind of worth going through life sometimes to be there with them and to experience life with them. I've uploaded the photos of my false JoJo cards in my Twitter. So
Oh no.
yeah,
I
so
gotta go see that now.
you really do. I'm glad for you, and I'm glad for chat, whoever's here today to watch with us. Makes it kind of worthwhile to know that someone's there watching as I work my
For
way up.
real.
As I work my way up the Twitch streaming guide. Gosh, please save me.
And I believe you also shared me your links, so I'm gonna have to share everything from like your Twitter to your Twitch to whatever you got. Oh, and on like just kind of going off on a tangent right here. I'm also gonna be creating another Instagram. Well, not another Instagram. I'm gonna be creating an Instagram account, so I'll be looking for you. I'm finally gonna get it.
Yeah, I know it's you, fan. But you're my fam, so it works out, right? Yeah, right? I know it's you. It's kind of obvious, but I'm happy you're here, even though I don't see you often. I'm talking to chat. It's like, you're there. I'm here to support you, too, whenever in your endeavors whenever we get to there. It's always there.
Aww. I like this fan.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. I met him, and I was like, oh, he's cool. Like, if I want to meet somebody, that's the guy right there. He's a really cool cat. Alright, well. He laughs.
I'm sorry. When you said cool cat, my mind started thinking of Thomas O'Malley from the Aristocats.
Oh, great.
You said cool cat, and that was the first image that came to my head. Like I legit heard him singing like his like little theme song too.
Great.
Yeah, something like dun 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 dun.
Yeah, you're
I don't really know the lyrics to the song, but he's just basically like hyping himself up in front of a pretty cat.
Hey man, pretty cats are things you want to be hyping yourself up for. No lie, no lie. But you know what? Let's call it there, Soto. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's been nice to having you here. Yeah, anything you want to say and add?
Just to sum up this whole podcast in general, go and spread some love and kindness to anybody. Seriously, it's contagious.
Yeah, man. We can always do with a little bit more love and kindness in this world. I mean, yes, there's in this world, but we can always do it more, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And if you ever want to see those JoJo cards, it'll be here on the web on the Celestales Twitch page. There should be a link there, but I'll also say right here. I'm at Celeste and then Tails. Or just look up the name as you do. I'm also on YouTube, so there's that too, where you can watch us play video games and other stuff. And we're also here on Twitch to also play video games and stream the podcast and stuff. But bye-bye. Yeah, see ya. Have a nice day. I'll play an intro. I'll play an outro with my mouth right now. Be like, do 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 do. You can join me, Soda. Join me as I make this a little bit more awkward for the outro. Join me.
Okay, let me see. That was how you think.
All right. Here's how it goes. You got it. Okay.
Okay.
Do 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 do. I really do need someone to make me an outro and an intro, please. So if anyone knows anyone, please help a guy out. I'm gonna need some intros and outros that don't come from like somewhere else. Like truly made for me. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, hopefully you can find some animators or just techie people. I don't know. I don't know what exactly this would be called that you're trying to look for. Like, I know what
Just
you're
music.
looking for, but
I just
don't
need
know the
music.
name.
All right, good night,
Music.
fan.
Music people, come on down.
Music people, come on down. We need you always. But bye.